The name of Daniel Wegner might not be familiar to you, but some of his life work might be. Dr. Wegner was a psychologist and professor at Harvard University. One of his most memorable contributions is the ironic process theory, also known as the polar bear phenomenon. What's that about? As its name suggests, it's about a disturbing trick our mind is playing on us. Let's try it for yourself. Pause and try not to think of a polar bear. That's it. Stay still, perhaps sit, and do not think of a polar bear for a moment. Any success? Science says probably not. That's the irony of our mental control and thought suppression. If we voluntarily focus our attention and our mental capability to push back a thought, it backfires. We simply make the thought more vivid in our mind. See what happens when we are still in our thought and we go to bed. We had a bad day at work. Maybe we had a communication issue with a colleague and we are not sure of what she meant. Maybe we are worried about a customer meeting to come. We have all these thoughts in our mind looping. And as we go to bed, we say to ourselves, all right, now stop thinking about this, it's time to sleep. Stop thinking about the polar bear. And guess what? Most of us couldn't sleep for a wink. We kept staring at the ceiling or turning in our bed while ruminating these anxious thoughts. And the worst part is this. Dr. Wegner found that if you are already stressed, the effect of the ironic process is stronger. That means the thoughts become more intrusive and increase your level of anxiety. It's a downward spiral. So, how can we stop it? Well, as counterintuitive as it might be, one method is to welcome these stressful thoughts. And the first step is to observe them. They are our thoughts. But our thoughts aren't us. We have to draw a line, a clear demarcation. Then, we put a name on them, asking, what do I feel in this instant? Don't go into the reasons for your thinking. Refrain from looking at any causation link. Just label your thoughts and the emotion they create within you. Matthew Lieberman is a professor at the University of California. He is also the director of the Social Cognitive Neuroscience Lab. With his team, they measured our brain activity using magnetic resonance imaging. They observed that affect labeling, which is our ability to put words on thoughts and emotion, was lowering the activity of our amygdala, which is correlated with our emotional response. Basically, affect labeling is an essential step to regulate our thoughts and emotions. So instead of trying to suppress our thoughts, we have to acknowledge them so we can better manage them. And all these concepts tie into a broader understanding that we can't outthink our own thoughts. Excessive thinking or overthinking prevent us from moving forward. I know, some of you might disagree. Actually, it happens during one of my research interviews on overthinking. I was told, I can think my way out of overthinking. At first, it was a bit disconcerting for me. If our brain is already overheating due to an excess of thoughts, how can adding more thoughts benefit us? So I asked for more explanation and got answered with, well, if I think for long enough, I will eventually come up with a solution. That's how creativity works. Well, did you notice that some of your best ideas came when you were taking a shower? Or how new solutions seem to rise out of nowhere as you were walking in the park? Anne Manning is an Harvard University instructor, and she explained in her course that creativity is a combination of two notions, convergent and divergent thinking. Convergent thinking is used to single out a solution to a problem. We use data analytics, a defined methodology to come up with the best decision possible. We look for order. Divergent thinking is used to open up the spectrum of possibilities. We explore, we brainstorm, we give birth to multiple ideas. It's a chaotic process by its very nature. Then, creative problem solving would use both sequentially to come up with a solution. First, diverging, then converging. And the thing is that when we are overthinking, we can't diverge anymore. We are mentally chewing the same thought again and again. There are no new inputs. Ruminating about the same ideas won't generate creativity. It's quite the contrary. Overthinking kills creativity and down the line, problem solving. So remember, do not obsess with the polar bear. If one comes along, just observe him. Of course, from a safe distance. If you think this video could be useful to someone you know, please share it. And if you want more, follow me on my social. See you soon!